Okay, hello, welcome to episode 2 of me reading my friend called Ollie, if you've seen the previous episode's story, The Dragon of a Prophecy. What happened so far is, this boy called Oliver is in a math class with his teacher, Mr. Clipboards, and he is currently daydreaming about crossing a bridge and falling to his death. And he's also a wizard, because that's what you do when you hate maths. And he got asked a question by Mr. Clipboard, so he had to he was like, what? He answered the question correctly, and then he went to, and then on his way out of school, he waited for his friend Joseph to start packing up, and they've arrived at the bus stop in the town of Middle Hill. All right, let's carry on. The town of Middle Hill was a small but sweet town with lots of cottages. All of the front gardens were perfectly mown, and many of them had a few other plants to spruce things up. Is that like a plant joke? is that a plant joke? That's definitely a plant joke. The bus stop, however, was a completely different situation. Littered the floor. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this word, whatever. Fire things littered the floor, and chewing gum was stuck to the benches. And then just imagine a really dirty place. The bus stop was 10 times worse. That's what bus stops do. Joseph's bus always arrived a lot earlier than Oliver's, so he had to wait by himself for half an hour. Usually he would be okay with this, but today was different. Immediately a fight broke out, and Oliver was right in the middle of it. Someone shouted and smacked him in the face and shouted, "Jerk!" This angered Oliver so badly that he joined in, even though the other boys were several years older than him. "Yep, Ollie is definitely supposed to be Oliver!" After a few seconds, he already regretted joining in the fight, so he backed out. As he was slowly retreating, he tripped and fell on his butt. Haha. Everyone laughed, even me. Suddenly, he saw a figure holding an egg in his hands. No one else seemed to see it, so he went up to the stranger and asked, "What are you doing with an egg in your hands?" "You can see it. You can see it," he whispered, and then shoved him to the floor. "You're in trouble, kid." Ooh. Then he ran onto the bus that was just arriving. Oliver didn't realise that it was his bus. Oh, but it was 10 minutes early. He sprinted after the man. He was wearing a long dark cloak with the polished black shoes. I guarantee it. I know what my friend's like. I bet this person's a necromancer. A brown hat covered his face, so Oliver couldn't see his face. As soon as the man was on the bus, the doors started to close, but Oliver managed to get through just in time, and the man vanished into nothingness, and he was nowhere in sight. Chapter 2, The Chase. Ooh! Alright, let's do Chapter 2, The Chase. That was Chapter 1, The Egg. Egg. Wait, actually, let's see. Let me put it in print layout. Okay. How many chapters are there? 8. Okay, that's fun. We're on Chapter 2, so let's start that. Chapter 2, The Chase. Oliver... Okay, let me turn that off, please. Really don't like that. Oliver checked everywhere for the man, but he couldn't find him. Eventually, Oliver found a stranger that looked like him, but wearing a different clothes, and Oliver said, "Aha! Found you!" He immediately sprinted towards the staircase on the bottom floor. It's a bus. Oh, double-decker bus. You could have mentioned that, Ollie. The people on the bus stared at Oliver as he ran after him. The next stop was very soon, but the mysterious man would not wait for the next stop as he broke the doors down and ran out. Oliver followed him out of the bus, and as the frustrated bus driver yelled at him, "Yep." I wonder what Joseph's doing through all of this. The man ran over 3 lanes and miraculously didn't get run over. I would have run him over, honestly. The road was extremely busy, and the man then seemed to pull out a walkie-talkie and started to talk to the person on the other side of the line. The trees behind him were was swaying preciously and was so close to falling over that Oliver was surprised that the road had not been closed yet. Fair enough. I would think the same thing. The fields were shaking as if there was an earthquake. I thought it was an earthquake, but whatever. Suddenly, the field broke open and the creatures came out of a humongous gaping hole that had appeared in the ground, and Oliver ran after the bus, desperate to get away from the scene. Luckily, a pavement was next to him, so Oliver ran all of the way back home. But yeah, luckily, that was just random. Luckily, there was a pavement. That's so. I don't know what he would have done without a pavement. Like, oh my god. Fortunately, his mother wasn't back yet, so he wouldn't ask any questions of why he was late home. He made himself a small snack just to distract him from what just happened. Oliver's house was a small but cozy cottage in a village that was in the middle of nowhere. His garden was small, but it made up with the amount of plants that grew there. The house itself had 5 rooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 kitchen, and 1 bathroom and a living/dining room. Wait, isn't that like exactly like Ollie's house, but with like 1 smaller bedroom? Oh my god, that is exactly like Ollie's house. Very creative. Then Oliver saw the exact same man running along the street and immediately dashed after him. What, did he like jump out the bedroom window, or was he already in the house? Or like just about to go in there? The man seemed surprised that he had caught up to him. Then the man jumped into thin air and vanished right in front of Oliver's eyes. He went back home, but he still thought who on earth had the man been and why he was the only person who seemed to notice the egg in the man's hand. Chapter 3. We'll finish maths. Chapter 3. Something glowing. As soon as Oliver got back home, the doorbell rang and his mother said, "Oliver, I'm home." The next day, okay, I'll just leave it there. Bye. That was horror. That was egg, I guess. That's all I can really say. Bye. See you in episode